oh my God, you are tall, you're intelligent, you're attractive. You're basically mustache man's ideal woman.
Yes! What? What the fuck?
The Gen Z dating market is cooked by Rambo. All right. I think I'm part of Gen Z. Yeah, I'm Gen Z. Okay.
Market is cooked, especially if you are short, especially if you are Indian.
Why did you redeem it?
And I'm not being racist, I'm not being heightist, these are facts, and it's really bad if you're all of that and a man.
So if a short guy defends himself, that's a syndrome now? It's funny how when a tall
I'm
guy
Gen Z
acts
too.
confident,
Nice.
he's
Nice.
a leader.
Gen Z's the best.
But when a short guy does the same thing, it's short man syndrome.
That guy is 28, 5'4", and also loves the master race. That master race. And we're going to talk about him later, but everything he says is not wrong. Being a short person fucking sucks. You statistically make less money. Every single president is taller than average. And more importantly, why is being so short objectively bad?
It's not that big of a gap, I don't think, because I'm tall and it's not like I'm getting things handed to me. Like girls aren't running up to me and throwing themselves at me, you know? I don't think height is as big as a deal as people think it is, or being tall for men. But yeah, I don't think height matters as much as people think it does. Of course, then again, I know that sounds... I'm just telling you from my experience. I'm just sharing my experience as being a taller guy. I don't get any special treatment, or at least I don't feel like getting any special treatment. You know, ladies aren't throwing themselves at me. I'm not getting paid any more than my short coworkers, you know.
Born to have Chinese, Korean features, forced to have Filipino genes, and then it cuts to some Filipino guy, and he's hot as shit, right?
5'3". Okay. Why is like every Latino or Latina, like Spanish girl, it feels like you guys are all around like 5'2", 5'3", like for real. I feel like every Latina girl is around that height. It's crazy.
And I don't think people actually understand the struggles of people who over-fixate on this one aspect of their life. I'm fucking
Tiny, for real, for real. What's up,
that guy
How
is
you
objectively
doing?
attractive. And then we compare him to the other Filipino person. He has a negative cantal tilt. His eyes are all droopy, prey eyes. His nose is fucking ginormous. His face is complete. And people like to pretend the entire conversation is that he's struggling with internalized racism. But here's the truth. If this guy was Korean, Chinese, it doesn't matter. He would still be objectively ugly, no matter what the race is.
Oh, so he got plastic surgery on his nose.
And that's the problem. A lot of people are not able to empathize with these people who are actually struggling. People treat these marginalized groups as subhuman. The content creator doesn't even give a shit. He's spamming these clips. He's saying, yes, I'm still milking the first clip. He doesn't care about Filipino and loving their own race. He's just there for content and clout and all that.
Women are taller than, I assume, 165 centimeters, and men are taller than 185. Or is that 1.65 meters? You're gonna have to use American units. I don't know the meters, the centimeters, the feet, and all that. I don't get why America did that. Like we have pounds and feet and inches. No other country. I don't think there's any other country that does that. I don't understand why we did that.
Does is fuel this negative cycle that I'm ugly, I'm short, I'm Indian, and we're transitioning into the guy and his love
America's
for
weirdo.
the master race.
So what did I say? I said something along the lines of, oh my God, you are tall, you're intelligent, you're attractive. You're basically mustache man's ideal woman. And I just looked at her and smiled, and she just kind of like cracked a little smile like that.
My jaw fucking dropped when I was listening to this video because this guy has 300 subscribers. This video has 800 views. I'm like, how the f—
Does he mustache man? Does he mean who I think he means?
Such a gold mine.
So one of the things that fed into my exceptional attraction to this girl was when she said that she was German.
Pistachio.
And part of the reason for that is
Oh,
back
it
in the
is.
1930s and 40s, there was a certain mustachioed leader, And he had set up this program to enhance the genetic stock of the German
Uh,
people
yeah.
by making sure that only the best of the best passed on their genes. The tallest, the strongest, the most intelligent, the most attractive, etc. And it really hasn't been that long since that took place.
Thank you, NordVPN, for sponsoring and advocating for this video. Nah, I'm kidding. I got a scam email where they said they'd pay me $2,000, $5,000, and I was so excited about it. But, you know, I'm manifesting right now.
And she just kind of like cracked a little smile like that, but she didn't
Awkward
really know what
smile.
to say. And I immediately felt totally stupid because it's like,
Yeah.
God, how culturally insensitive can I be? Germans don't want to think about that. They don't want to hear about that. And especially a woman, like what was I thinking? But again, I was just so aroused by the whole scenario that I just felt like I couldn't help myself. And after having done NoFap for like 4 weeks at that point,
What?
so I'm sure you're not
What the
surprised to
fuck?
hear when the next class came, she did not sit next to me anymore.
This is a very touchy subject because we can't
Yeah, I can imagine why. Love appears when you least expect it. That's what I've been told. I have not been expecting it for a while and nothing has appeared.
point and laugh, which is the easy route, but that's what other people do, and that's why people like him end up in this position. It's because no one understands him. He falls under this trap that because I'm a short man, I am below everyone else. He's actively going for people who are astronomically taller than him. He plays the game of like, I'm a submissive, short, small little guy as a way to
What the
attract
hell?
other people, ideally bisexuals. He says this, by the way, because he doesn't find enough value in who he is. His height defines him. And this is a thing that doesn't just happen with short people, but with people who play this big role that because I'm this type of Asian, because I'm...
You're pretty wise, no one asks for your phone number. I don't think any girl asks for a guy's phone number. I have never seen that happen online or in person. I don't think any girl has asked for a guy's phone number for real. Unless he's like freaking like a celebrity or like on par with Brad Pitt in looks, you know, but even then, yeah. Women don't ask for phone numbers here in America. We're in the generation date and discard. Yeah, seems similar to that, I guess. Yeah, at least in dating apps anyway. It's just cycling through people. It's terrible. I got off dating apps a while ago. I'm not a fan of them.
Indian, my life is absolutely ruined.
I don't know if anyone else has felt this way. It kind of feels like liking Indian people is almost treated as like a sexuality.
And statistically, they reference all these studies, which are all true. They attach their whole ideals and beliefs towards these statistics that, while true, isn't the entire game of what makes them attractive in the dating market. Because obviously, this dumb fuck talks about how he likes Hitler and he thinks the girl is going to find him attractive.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Self-reflect. This video is not meant to make fun of people who have this very obvious handicap they have given themselves because
They ask me for my number a lot, but they're for boys or one night stands. I don't want that. That's good. That's good. You should. Yeah, that's a good thing to do. That's smart. That's smart. I respect that.
we all have our own handicaps. A lot of people give themselves the words of negative affirmations. I'm dumb. I'm stupid. I cannot do it. I'm a loser. And that is significantly way more applicable and obvious that everyone struggles with this one problem. It's because I'm short. It's because I'm X, Y, and Z.
She don't want me cause I'm fat, I get it. But now she want me because my money the size of a midget. She ain't wanna talk to me, but she just gave me her digits. I'm in the studio making hits. She called my phone, but remember in elementary, she told me to leave her alone.
So while it is easy to make fun of other people, it amounts to absolutely nothing. And I have to play the YouTube game of being that type of influencer where I discuss about drama,
those
where
types of
I put
videos in
other
English,
people
and it's
down.
funny, yeah.
I don't care. I actually find this guy like a human being. He seems like a genuinely cool guy. He's going to the butchery, eating foods, trying to be healthy, living his best life. And everyone else has their own handicaps, preventing them from actually accomplishing their goals, whether it's dumbness, attractiveness, what their height is. Everyone has something. And the only way to actually benefit the 10 minutes, 8 minutes of watching this video is to get something out of it rather than just mindlessly consuming. But the problem is, you can't change the way you are. So how do you overcome this obstacle? Because it's still true. You're still short as fuck. You're still Indian. You're still Asian. You're still dumb as shit. You're low IQ. How do you overcome that?
How are some of y'all going around living life not caring what people think about you?
I remember that I don't actually know what you're thinking about me. I just know what I think you might be thinking about me, which means I'm creating a mean and judgmental version of you in my head and then using it to think mean things about myself. And since I made you mean in my head, then really I'm the one being judgmental of you, not the other way around.
What's very ironic about the people that value looks is that they're the ones that value looks the most. And people fail to remember that when you're looking at nature, there will be that unperfect tree, a line of asymmetry, and you'll forget about it. You'll choose to ignore it. You're walking across a busy street and there might be a person who's handicapped on a wheelchair strolling along. You'll notice it and you'll continue to move on. But people who lack romantic relationships, they're the ones that over-fixate and put this amount of importance towards the thing that they don't have. Romantic relationships are a big part of your life, a good chunk of it, but it's not everything. But to these people, it is everything. It's because they're lacking it. And
Yeah, I understand why they would think that. I think for when I was younger, I used to think that relationships were everything. I think that's because I was kind of raised to believe that, maybe sort of in a way, like not directly, but it's just like your mother's constantly saying, "Oh, you find yourself a nice woman and marry her. Oh, get married," and all that stuff. You're like, "Oh, so the goal in life is to get married?" Yeah. I believe that in life there's always something that each gender lacks. Yeah, everyone lacks something. Everyone has flaws. It's nothing to be, nobody's going to be perfect. But, nowadays, I feel a lot happier too because I decided instead of like focusing on finding a relationship, I just instead focus on making my life something that I'm happy about, or like focusing on myself basically. So I focused on school. I finished college, got my degree, got a job, and then I decided I'd, pick out a hobby, and that was VTubing. And honestly, I'm probably in the best place in my life right now. Just, overall, I feel very content and happy. And yeah, it's honestly just kind of focusing on yourself, definitely focusing less on finding a relationship and more on yourself definitely helps a lot more. Also, I feel like women aren't really looking for a guy that feels like he's desperate or is like begging to get in a relationship, do what makes you happy and don't care what others think as long as it's legal. Yeah. And it's the problem of the Indian people comes more from their stance. If you are, they treat you like God, but women are treated like objects and sexual. Yeah, there's still a lot of countries out there, especially like some Middle Eastern countries where women are really just, yeah, they like eat. They don't have the same rights, or they're just treated like sex objects. Yeah, for real. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't get. I've never understood, because I always put myself in their shoes. Like what if I was a woman? How would I feel about getting treated like that? And I would hate it. I don't want to be treated like a sex object. So I don't don't get why people can just be okay with that in other countries. But anyway, I'm not here to make a feminist rant.
It becomes this negative.
I don't consider myself a feminist. I just consider myself as someone who wants equality and just, you know, reasonable things, you know, a fair and happy existence.
Spiral where they're constantly judging other people. Oh, I hate people for judging others because of height. Oh, I hate other women, X, Y, and Z. And it's just this horrible cycle where you'll never be able to genuinely escape. You're trapped by your own thoughts. And we discuss a lot more about this, about looks, handicaps, and the value of putting too much importance in other things on the Patreon. Support me if you can, because I am my own sponsor. One day, I'll get that NordVPN sponsorship where I'll make so much money. But as of now, there's only the Patreon. We also released a in-depth slideshow all about the learning process and developing actual skills, really tapping into my tutor route. It's a slideshow, a lot more in-depth, less scattered. Goodbye, guys.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Why don't you sub to my channel already? If you made it this far into the video, you want to sub, right? Yeah. Yeah, of course you want to sub. Also, you want to follow me on Twitch, right? Yeah, click the link in the description. You can follow me on Twitch there. Come on, I know you want to. Come on, yeah, you do. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Click. Yeah, yes. Oh, yeah.